Hello, it's me, Fidiscus Jiskig. Today, I'll be looking at a replay between Djus playing Max and starflash250 playing Olaf on Sahara. I wanted to do some quick housekeeping. We're very close to 100 subscribers, very close. Keep an eye out for the announcement video of the tournament that I've been teasing. I'll post it to the channel. I'll also make a post about it in Discord, of course. Wanted to thank starflash250, superpaltos23, and Anthony Ramirez and Julian for blowing up the comment section in a lot of videos. That has nothing to do with why I chose this replay, probably. Another reason that I'd be looking at this replay is because I wanted to look at some Max play. I've mentioned it before that I feel really smart when I use artillery correctly. That's one thing that I really enjoy about playing Advanced Wars, is that it feels really good to protect stuff with artillery. It's harder to do as Max, but you don't need to feel smart to win. You can just blow stuff up with tanks. That's also an option. So, we'll take a look at this. I don't have a whole lot of match analysis on Sahara, even though I think it's really cool. The map doesn't appear all that open at first glance, but all these shoals make it really easy to get around. The things that are kind of weird about this map is that this space to the left side of player 2 and to the right side of the player 1 HQ are really hard to get stuff to because of the closest base being on the other side of the HQ and it being blocked off by a sea tile, some rivers, and 2 forests. There's not really a good way to get stuff over here, which is quite interesting in my opinion. So, we'll get into it. This is the same for both players. They both go for this back cap, which I thought was kind of strange, or interesting, I guess, that the alternative is to go for the dock, I suppose, and then the dock you can't go onto the city because this is a sea tile, but you can start moving towards the cities in the center, which are hotly contested. They're hard to get a hold of when players get out either tanks or recons. And we could see a recon from Djus. Max recons are maybe infamous, but it makes sense to go for this back cap onto this airport, and then the airport, I suppose, onto this city, and then perhaps this city onto the command tower. This command tower is rather hard to incorporate into a capture route. It's not in the same vicinity as all this other stuff that you want to take. This is also a difference, is that Djus goes for this more defensive city, and starflash goes for this more aggressive city first, but I don't think that it actually makes like a difference really in the way that their games will play out. Ooh, we have an APC. Interesting. Maybe this is important because this back city can move onto this APC, whereas the forward city could not have. It could from this space, so it would change this idea, but interested to see APCs always. This is something I've been meaning to take a look at, so I'm glad that starflash250 does it here. Getting this APC would be quite interesting. Immediately I see that it'll move this infantry into move range of this without even having to do anything else. Yeah, I don't think that it can unload without using its move. Will this check up Starflash, or yeah, will this check up Starflash's ability to produce vehicles? I don't think so. It's not 9,000 income, which is a tank and 2 infantry. This is move these infantry into a really forward-facing area, and all of Deejus's vehicle production is on the left side, the other side of the map. So the question that I have is, what is just gonna do with the amount of money that he didn't spend on the APC? Interesting. Occupying this city is really annoying. I don't know how good it is, because, well, it doesn't feel good to hit into it, that's for sure. And this tank is backing it up, but wow. I thought that Starflash was going to go for this city capture here with the infantry that he moved with the APC, but that wasn't the goal at all. The goal is to get into this corner, which this corner city is really hard to stop a capture on. I don't think it'll be possible. It could be possible for DJs to stop it, but I don't think it's worth it. He's got to choose between getting this city at a reasonable time or stopping this capture, and this city is worth just as much. Yeah, it seems like this city is Starflash's, at least for some amount of time. This doesn't seem right. He's just attacking the center. One of the infantry that Starflash 250 has in the center, but he gets like a terrain bonus. It's a 100% hit since the Starflash infantry is on a shoal, but the counterattack is going to be really bad. He's right next to the city. Okay, this is a cool block. This protects the infantry capping here. So what have we got? Starflash 250 has built an artillery and moved it forward to defend one of the center cities from capture. This tank that he just went aggressive with has no health left. doesn't feel like he got enough out of that kind of aggression. He could have played a lot safer with it. Maybe this is like a big brain play. Maybe I don't know. Maybe this, like, he's been funneling tanks. He's got this supply line of tanks to the front, and he could make this play like multiple times in a row. And maybe it's more expensive for Starflash, since, I mean, statistically, Deech's tanks should hit hard enough that that could be worth. No, the battlecopter puts an end to that. This is a really good spot for this artillery. I'm a little surprised that you just hasn't built a recon. It feels like the recon might have been able to stop some of the stuff that was going on the right side without a huge amount of investment. But maybe there's no good route for the recon to take, because I think that it can only get to this road tile here, 1601, from this base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. But from there, it should be able to cover most of this spot. Most of these spots over here. And he was playing so aggressive with tanks over here, but, you know, forcing a response this way would have allowed him to do more different aggressive things over here. He's lost a tank over here anyways, so, I mean, losing the recon instead on the other side of the map would have been less money lost. What did that tank attack get? Did it do damage? No, it's just, I guess it's just like a power building maneuver. This is a scary place for this battlecopter to be. I like this quite a lot. It's not going to be possible, I think, for an anti-air to cover both of the fronts from the battlecopter. If it is possible, it's going to have to stand somewhere weird, like this road, or this bridge rather. And that doesn't feel good. That's like it's one attack away from getting attacked, like, onto the city. It's not any good. There's such a massive unit advantage right around here. It feels like all of Aegis's units are in this, you know, these 3 columns here, and they're just not doing anything, which is kind of an issue. Okay. You just found an attack onto the artillery. It's a big deal. And he's going to be able to... He's probably going to be able to blow up this tank. But he might have to... He might not, because the anti-air is... This anti-air is in a good position to protect the tank. Yeah, these anti-air together are doing a good job of what D just needs them to do. There's not quite enough vehicles on this side of the map, it feels like, for Starflash. So it's feeling alright. Okay, maybe not. Backing this off. Well, I mean, this does cover everything, but it can't cover everything twice. Good movement. Okay, he's still going to be able to get the counterattack. He wants. Oh, that's so smart. The regular Blizzard stops the counterattack. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. I forgot that this is Olaf. I don't know what these powers do. I don't know how this game works. That's so cool. This is exactly what you want to use the regular CO power of Olaf for. Is you can make an attack that you wouldn't normally be able to make and make it safe. Rather, you can make an attack that you would not be able to do in fear of being punished, and you can prevent the punish from happening. It's like a Roman cancel. This dude, RC'd his helicopter attack. This anti-air no longer has the ability to move onto the tile that it needs to punish that helicopter, which is just devastating. Yeah, people think a lot about the Olaf Super CO power because it does damage to everything, and global damage power is always good. It makes a lot of sense to use, but here, this was just a super valuable play. Able to make a tank a free dude, basically, when otherwise it would not have been. Well, I don't know about that. I took out a 5 HP tank. Maybe I guess. This just doesn't feel good. I don't know why. I don't know why Starflash made this attack. This feels a little strange. The little battle copter to take out the 5 HP tank. I think that he's trying to get this tank to stay around so that he can hit it with his other tank. But he could still move this anti-air back. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens. He ended up giving up a tank anyways, which is lame. Or giving up a battlecopter anyways, which I don't like. I want to see Starflash not lose battlecopters when he makes a cool play to save a battlecopter. This tank's gotta move to attack the anti-air, right? No. Just focused on keeping it alive. It's just an interesting use of a recon, just park it in a city and infantry can't really do a whole lot. Okay, so now D just has ridiculous vehicle abilities. Okay, yeah, I think this also increases vehicles' movement, right? Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, what the heck? That's crazy. These things can just move anywhere, huh? That's nuts. Man, making battlecopters into like fighters light is terrifying. That's nuts. Okay. Wow. I wonder if Deegis is willing to. Yeah, this is certainly good, because the only thing that can really stop this capture effectively is this tank here, but I don't know. With the CO power in reserve, maybe something weird can happen. I like this tank protecting this cap a lot. That's what I was going to get to, is that this tank being able to move in a weird way onto the city to hit a tank that tries to stop it is cool. You get the 2-tank attack. I think this is the first anti-air that Starflash has built, and it's crazy that Deegis has been able to build so many battlecopters, get away with building so many battlecopters. So how's this looking? Medium tank on the board for Deegis. Starflash 250 is going to probably be able to get Super CO power this turn. This anti-air is just a little bit short of movement, and this one's just not even close. These artillery aren't doing anything against these battlecopters, which feels somewhere close to awful. I mean, it really is strange how Max affects this weapon triangle, because, like, you know, you don't need... If you can throw 2 out of the 3 parts of the weapon triangle really well, you don't really need the 3rd. Just tanks and battlecopters is plenty good. You just gotta be sure that you don't lose too many. Okay, so here's the Super CO power. I wonder if using the Super CO power means that, like, these copters can't run away. really hurts Deej's push down here. Also, this is going to take away a huge amount of money from him. He's going to have to repair, like, he's going to end up repairing this medium tank, which feels miserable. I wonder if it was worth delaying this by a turn to avoid that. starflash250, I think, would have used the super seer power regardless. I don't think that he would have waited to see a medium tank to pop it. He's just pushing forward. He doesn't seem to care about these anti-airs, which I am very afraid of. Huh. Yeah, this is actually a really funny situation. This poor copter can't do anything. There's too many guys on the ground, it can't fly over them. Deej's is real short of units now. This is not an easy formation to attack. And this bomber is pretty terrifying as well. This is going to really limit the effectiveness of tanks that Deej's is trying to deploy. This bomber is actually probably going to go fly towards this medium tank over here. Deej's probably is going to build an anti-air over here to back it up. No, he's got a fighter. That's a lot of commitment, but it's smart because even the anti-air doesn't one-shot the bomber, right? So he could have popped power to do it. This thing has a hit. That's gonna hurt. This is strong. This is sufficient to defend here, but it feels really scary. To have all these units so close to your HQ. Wow! A 4 HP anti-air did half life to a bomber with max blast. That's nuts. Did he not get max blast until after he moved this? I didn't even notice. Oh, he used it. Man, that's just so dang on far. Look at this movement. That's nuts. This thing, I think, actually could cover the entire map from the center. It feels like it. Starflash is so close to his Super CO power. And they're gonna have this weird interaction between fighters now. It doesn't feel good, but... bombers are nuts, man. Yeah, this is feeling less and less doable. This is good protection. This fighter can't really do anything now. That's really smart. Why did he move this off? Like, I mean, I know that this is in risk of dying, but it doesn't seem like a good idea to move back there. Yeah, Starflash is just capturing everything on the top side now. These caps are going to go through, and he's going to have such a massive income lead that I don't think that there's going to be anything that Djus can do. Djus just doesn't have enough guys left on other parts of the map to make anything happen anymore. I don't quite understand the retreat. Maybe just forcing Djus to build infantry from this base for quite some time is good enough. I don't know what Djus is looking for anymore. Like he just doesn't have. I don't know what way he has back into this game. Yeah. When he's so far behind in unit count, it doesn't feel like he could have done anything. Man, what a slugfest. That's a really neat game. starflash250 showed off a lot of really cool Olaf stuff. Definitely potent. I don't know where it all went wrong for Degis specifically. I think that maybe not. Definitely, he got played by good CO power usage by Starflash. The other thing was that his capture phase wasn't as good because of the cool APC stuff that Starflash did. But you just didn't need to play as aggressively in the bottom area as he did, I don't feel. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he has to lay on that aggression. But it seemed like just holding on to more tanks than your opponent as max seems good. But I suppose you're worried that if your opponent builds enough units that the artillery will just make it impossible for you. Just having tanks and battle coppers seems really good though. I mentioned that fighting in these areas is really hard, and that's definitely true, but I wonder if building from the airport into this base and just trying to control this part of the map is better than trying to fight on the side that you generally have advantage. I mentioned that we didn't see a recon, and there were a lot of times. It seems like having a recon over here would have done just a lot of good. I would like to see in this game. I like to see Max build recons sometime. I'll look at more Max games. He's an interesting CO. I don't know a whole lot about him. Not being able to use indirects, it seems bad to me, but maybe it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, see, this was like a huge issue. This was actually like this is the one thing that I can think of where there's just no sense in it at all. This attack, because he loses his tank. This tank is now a free guy. If he could have kept it alive, then it would have been sensible, but turning that tank into a free guy seems really bad. Maybe I'm exaggerating it because this tank also became a free guy. Even more free, but charges Olaf CO power. Yeah. Oh well. Neat game. Sahara is a neat map. starflash250 played Olaf really well. Max is a neat CO. Looking forward to making the thumbnail. We've got thumbnails now, you probably realized. OST I use will be in the description from this point forward. Good luck.